want to talk already. Why do they have to dance for so long?
I think, right, because I haven't been here for so long, our producer is messing with me. Sorry.
Oh, no wonder. Welcome back, Wavis. Hello, Wavis. Hello.
I am back. Welcome back, Wavis. And if you're new to our channel, welcome.
Woo, yeah, welcome. Welcome back to you too.
Oh my, thank you. I know. I haven't been around for 2 months. No, sorry, 1 month.
March, April, now it's May. It's 3, you know.
No, not so long.
We learn round up.
Round up.
So we round up, so become 3.
I'm so sorry.
I think I can go for a year break after this.
No. Don't leave me alone, Siu, don't.
Because after I teach you this round up method, no matter I go for a week or 2, you round up to 1 year.
Oh, good one. So, you know what? It's good to be back. I've missed the show. My apologies for not being here for some time. You don't miss me, okay lah. You know what? Then that tells me I can officially retire.
No, I don't miss you in the show. Only you can hold the show. I miss my holiday.
The other way around. Okay, anyway. So, I understood last session we spoke about will writing, or you spoke about will writing.
No, Ervin talked about will writing. I'm just asking about will writing.
Good one. Right. And this week is an exciting week because we are gonna dive even deeper because this, if I remember correctly, is his 3rd time returning to our show.
Yeah, yes. You know what you missed actually?
What?
Last week actually is your favorite cheapskate style of will writing.
How can I miss that?
Yes, there is the DIY will. You can save a couple of 100 or 1,000.
Oh my God! Now mind. I believe today I will find a way. I will find a way. So what are we doing today with him?
Today we are talking about more professional will writing by the will specialist itself. So also we want to see what is some of the important roles that involve in in the will itself. We did bring out a few roles on the last week, right? But we didn't really go into details, right? Some of the roles. Why I need this person here? Why I need the executor? Why not my wife going to do that? Why not the court going to do that? Why not government going to do that? What is the purpose? Maybe you can go in each role to have a look. Why we important for each role?
You know, in my head, executor is those, you know, those death penalty. The person who is the executor. Now I don't understand why is it in a will. Should I be scared?
Come to think about it, quite interesting. The one you know his work is before someone death. This one is after someone death.
Okay. You know what? Let's dive in to look at the roles, and then hopefully we have enough time to see what are the criteria when a person should actually get a professional like Ervin, right?
Yes. I think if there's a time, I would prefer. If there's a time is enough, right? I would think we can even talk about compared to what we discussed last week. If we do it ourselves, we get Ervin to do it, or we get lawyer to do it, or is there another party to do it? What is the difference between them? Right.
Cool. You know what I feel like right now before we get our expert out, right? I feel like I've been absent for some time. All of a sudden coming back to the show, it feels like full rocket ship. Now I'm like pedaling to catch up.
Yeah, I think we better bring Ervin out fast because he already start talking to our wowies in the chat room already. I think he's also feel excited.
Okay. Let's welcome back our absolutely ever-giving, ever-loving will and trust specialist, Ervin.
Hello, Wawi.
I got
Hello,
a suggestion, Miss Producer.
Hi.
Maybe in future, right, we have a music. the guest will have to dance.
Especially returning guests, right? Hi, Ervin. How are you?
Hello, Kitti. Nice to meet you. Hi,
Nice.
Good.
Nice to see you again. I'm sorry that I missed your session last week.
It's okay.
Last show. This show I intend to catch up as much as I can.
Sure, definitely.
Yes. I think that would be we have to talk about the rules of in the will, right? Maybe good to start with executor. She make executor sound scary, you know. The one going to take the death punishment.
Okay,
right?
okay. Before even that, right, let's look at what are the roles that is needed in a will.
Okay. So first of all, they always mention when you have a will, you must have an executor. Executor, like someone going to execute something, correct or not? So you said sounds scary, right? So executor, very simple, the role. They take the will, okay, they receive the will, they go and hire a lawyer, and then they let the lawyer do anything, and then come back, the lawyer will talk to this executor. You see, inside the will, there are so many party beneficiaries, correct or not? So the lawyer should deal with who? The lawyer are dealing with the executor, one person only.
Okay.
Yes, that's the thing. So this is the first role inside the will, inside one will, executor. After that, you have a witness, okay, and then you also have beneficiaries. Basically, only have this few.
Okay, so three that I heard of: witness, executor, and beneficiary. Correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so let's deep dive. Which one first? Beneficiary maybe, or executor, as you say?
So I'm thinking another thing out of these three, which means sounds like the will writer like you or the lawyer may not be compulsory in the will itself.
No.
Oh yeah, the person who write the will, right? In the legal term we call it testator. Testator, right?
Okay.
So something that people will say like the testator have to sign here, the witness sign here. Testator is equal to the person who write this will. Okay.
Testator. That's a new word. My brain went naughty.
Okay. So I think in the high level would be the legal requirements in a will that person really need would be the testator, the beneficiaries, the witnesses, and also the executor. This is the four person that's compulsory.
Okay.
Yes.
So since like that, right? Let's look at executor first, as you mentioned, right?
Okay.
What's executor?
Duty.
How are they legally binding?
Okay. So the testator, when the first thing come to the will, right? If you have seen any will before or the document itself, the first rule is I appoint who to be the executor. So you need the executor full name and IC. Okay. So this is the first sentence. Normally, this is how it works like. So executor have very, very important role. Recently, I think about 1 week ago, I read a news from Singapore. An executor spent the money of the late brother because the brother appoint the elder brother be the executor. And the brother used this money and gamble. They spend the money, okay? But suppose the money is for the children, it's not for him to spend. So after that, after a lawsuit, everything, okay, then this elder brother who who used the money, get into the jail for 4 years.
Oh
this is a news. You can find this in I think in many of the newspaper because it's quite a criminal law case. So the executor is someone that have the responsible to carry out the duty on manage to deal with the lawyer, also to bring the beneficiary all come together to listen how the lawyer explain the things, and executor also have another important role. Okay, example, if you appoint someone doesn't have financially capability to carry his duty as an executor, this also will be a trouble. Let's say the person who passed away or the testator left over 2 million asset. Okay, so the executor must have the responsibility to jaga this lah. Have you heard of if don't have will, they always appoint estate administrator. Have you heard of this term? Estate administrator? Okay.
Yes.
To pretend.
So they are doing the same thing. The difference is executor appointed by the testator, the estate administrator appointed by the after discussion of the family member, they appoint someone to be the person. So this is the difference. So they need to have financial capability and also have the responsible to do all the tasks given. Okay, so like this case happened because he thought I only have one closest siblings, so I appoint him. You never know that the sibling have this habit that spendthrift, correct? So this is one of the bad things. So appoint someone that correct. Okay, don't because of you think he is the best person for you. Just think ahead. What could happen if he cannot carry out the duty? Do you have second option? This is important.
Okay, so it sounds like it is very important to pick, like you said, the right person as your executor, right? So just now I heard one of the important criteria is that they are financially savvy or intelligent, right? What other criteria would you suggest for a good executor? Okay.
Another important rule is he also able to understand the document. Okay, he can read English. Okay, or maybe Bahasa Melayu because Malaysia High Court normally they speak Bahasa. Okay, because I've been accompany my client wife, my client passed away, my client wife to the High Court, and I see inside how they doing it. They allow because this auntie is not good in Bahasa Melayu, so I be the translator. So the whole process, I think if the executor is someone that only know, I'll call it a Chinese dialect, Cantonese or Hakka, they cannot understand a Bahasa Melayu or English, then have a difficulty to deal with the High Court, the person in charge there. Of course, the lawyer will help you, but it's a little difficult, right? So you must have a language capability. Also can manage finance well. And you have the responsible to your family's member. This is the basic criteria.
I think would be one more thing I would have to add would be someone trustworthy. Because executive, if I remember correctly, he will have the ultimate power to take the manage the asset itself, which means if I'm wrong, you correct me, everything will transfer under the executor first, right? Before he distribute out. Money, cash, asset, whatever, will go to the hand of the executor first. If I don't like you, I'm your executor for someone will, I can sell your portion if there's a reason to justify it.
Oh my God. Now, we have a poll going on. Do you have someone in mind to be the executor of your will? Now, if you answer no, you can write my name.
Good job, congratulations.
You know why? My one will still be legal. I'm not like the brother that Ervin just said, right? The brother use and no return, you see. If I put into safe investment, even like FD, right, I get a couple of percentage for free and then I distribute back to the people.
I think if the testator didn't write anything for you, right, even single cent you spend, right, it's illegal.
Not spend what? I put into bank and FD what? So I didn't spend
then the return had to go back to the beneficiaries.
Really really I cannot gain the interest, is it?
You doesn't have the right to use that money. You see the account, when the money come to your account, okay, it's your money. Correct, huh? So you are using people money to generate income. It's wrong. Definitely cannot.
Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, don't, appoints you lah, appoints you. If you don't have anyone in mind, appoints you lah.
But normally, people will not simply take this role because, you know, executor is not like witness. Witness just put your signature and make sure. Okay, now I explain also what is the role of witness. Witness is make sure when the witness sign, he or she can look at the testator and both of them are sound mind. Both of them are conscious. So witness just put a signature, and then when the testator pass away, the witness need to put their signature again on another documentation before they bring it to the High Court. So witness, simple, anyone can be, your neighbor, your uncle, your auntie, your friends, but executor is different. For example, if the person who passed away left over liability of 300,000, so the executor role is to make sure the property can transfer to them peacefully, correct? So you should have the financial capability to pay off the 300,000 before the property goes to the beneficiary's hand. So this is also another important point. That's why a lot of people say, I don't want to do. Better you appoint company, appoint lawyers.
Okay.
Now
I hear already. I also don't want. I take back all that I say just now. Don't put my name, okay? I'm not going to sign. I am scared now.
One thing good about executor, right? You don't need to sign. I can just write your name there.
Don't, please. Oh, no. Nobody got my IC number, so okay. Okay, anyway, right? So I get it, witness is as a person who can verify that, you know, this was signed, this take place, this was written and all this kind of stuff, right? Now,
yes.
And you see witness can anyone, as long as they are of sound mind, right? Now I want to backtrack a little bit. So can I appoint any to be my executor, or do I have to be related to the person somehow?
No need to. But you mentioned about witness, right? The witness is just an individual. He know you, okay? Of course, you know him, so both parties know each other. So it did happen like this. The family, they are not super wealthy, but they are considered middle upper. So they don't want anyone know what they have in the will content. Okay, so in fact, the witness can also, you don't let the witness know the will content. You don't need to tell them everything. So when like for myself, I explained to the client already, and the client just say, hey, come and sign. You are my witness, come and sign. You don't need to disclose anything. So it could be someone that you know for many years, so that when the testator passed away already, we're able to allocate this person, and he willing to sign the document telling that I am the witness, and when I sign this document with Mr. Who and Who during the time he's alive, he is conscious, and like that. So this is only the thing, the role for them.
Okay. Someone asked, Shin Yap, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Can the beneficiary be executor?
You guess?
I guess Ken Kwa. Oh my god, so Malaysian suddenly.
Okay, that's the expert to answer you on this one.
Yes, the answer is yes, because normally, you see, who will be the executor? Do you want to appoint someone doesn't get benefit to be the executor? Is he or she willing to do? Correct or not? So a lot of family, they will put, this my eldest son. My eldest son is university grads. He is capable enough, so I put my eldest son to be the executor. And of course, he is the beneficiaries. But you just make sure don't put the executor or these beneficiaries become the witness. They cannot be the same person.
Oh,
Actually, I think that would be a good practice to make your executor as part of the beneficiary also. Even that is not your direct family that's benefiting the most from your estate, right? You see, if I get you to be my executor, right, you need to run around for me, going to the court, going to distribute the money, going to do this, do that, check this, that. At least I need to give you $1 or $2, right, as an appreciation on your hard work, right? That would be easier to enroll you to execute for me, right?
Before I reply you, Shin is our pleasure. That's why we do this show. Ask more, okay? Now, Hui, so fast, wait lah. I just told the team to wait. So my response very simple, right? Ervin, you tell me can do or cannot do. Very simple. I'm not asking much. Your will there, you just write 1 million to my name with my IC and my address. Enough ready. Can, right, Ervin?
Can, if I got 1 billion, right?
You don't Ervin shake already. Wait, tahan. Okay, you know what?
We're going for the games, right? I will give you 1 million rupiah.
Talking about that, I want to backtrack after this.
On the?
Talking about international assets. Will.
Ah.
Okay, never mind. Let's come back.
Okay.
Wait. Shin, we will answer your question after the game. Thank you, Shin. Okay, let's go for what are we doing now?
We're going for the tips of the day first before we go for game. You're overexcited with the game right now. Let's hit the tips of the day. Hello, welcome back everyone. You know what? You guess what game do we have today?
Today, I ask question, the two of you answer.
No, today is Ervin ask question, you answer. I watch the show. Because he said right, people that's absent a lot need to do a spot test. Right, Ervin?
But that's the whole point of bringing an expert in, right? Why test me leh? I don't understand.
So test will make you remember it deeper, right?
Okay, I do my best, okay?
I think the question is all view related also.
Yes, very simple one. Because I think both of you are the hosts of the shows that I attend before. So the question is come from there lah. It's very simple.
Someone missed a few shows.
Yeah, someone missed a few shows. Hopefully someone can remember.
Okay, let's hit it. The first question going to?
First question going to Kitti.
Yes.
Okay.
Easy one.
1, 2, 3, start. What is the legal age to write a will?
What is the legal age to write will?
I tahu.
Wait. Let me do deduction. Drinking age should be the same, 21.
Wrong, is 18 for all of us. But East Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak will be different. It's 21.
So I got half point.
You go Sabah and Sarawak and write your will is okay.
Okay, question number 2. How many witnesses inside a will?
Me You.
You lah.
Still rotate.
Minimum 2, 3, 4, 5 is okay.
Correct.
The more the merrier or not? Actually.
Okay, number 3 question to Kitti. Can we keep our will in the bank safe deposit box?
That's a very good question.
Very safe box.
In my head is technically there shouldn't be a limit to what you keep unless it's illegal in a safe deposit box. So technically yes, but I think practically makes no sense because if you pass away, who's gonna access the safe deposit box? So my answer is yes, but it's not practical.
So the correct answer is no, because when one person passes away, all the asset will be frozen. So the safe deposit box is under your name in a bank. So your bank account is frozen. Who can take out the will? So might as well you don't write a will in that way. So you can keep in your house, you can keep in the custody slot, but you don't keep inside this bank safe deposit. This is important question. Yes. Okay, number 4 to seal.
Deposit box.
Okay, let me ask the 4th question. What is the language of Malaysia will writing? Let's say for us, for all of us.
I think officially no limitation, right? We can actually write on the Tamil or Korean, Japanese, right? But as long as that can be translated correctly in Malaysia, right?
Yes, but okay, the correct answer is English lah. This is the general language for all of us, international language. Yes, so make sure the English is in an easy to understand method. So you say Bahasa Tamil, Huayu, all these other language, right? You need a translator, and the document come out is not originally from the what you wanted to bring out. Correct or not? So make sure it is international language.
See, I never attend, also someone forget. Someone attend, also someone forget.
Okay. All right, do we still have time for a few more questions?
Hi.
Yes.
Okay, what is the document we bring up to the High Court? We bring the will to the High Court. What is the name of the document we receive from the High Court?
Oh, you mean with the will?
Yes, after we submit the will, we take out this document. What is the name?
What is the name of the document?
Start with G.
In my head is a letter.
This one didn't pay attention in the last session.
What is it called?
Grant of Property.
Yes, you got 1 point.
But I think letter is correct. If there's someone without a will, we call it letter of administration, right?
Correct.
So
they play the same role,
right,
but
in the
it's
wrong place.
Yes. Okay, so this next question is for who? Kitti, Siu. All right, whatever. Okay, you can see who can answer. Can we appoint 2 executors to handle will execution at the same time?
Ling,
this is also a question in Facebook. So.
Let you answer first. 2 can or not?
Is there any limit of executor? Shin was correct.
Grant of probate. She was helping you.
Any limit to executor? That means how many can we have? 2. In my head, yes, but doesn't make sense. So my answer is yes.
But doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So
the correct answer is
listen my answer first. Yes. Perfectly making sense. Makes sense.
Okay, so I give the correct answer. You can appoint joint executor, means 2 persons together. You also can appoint sole executor. You also can appoint a company as an executor. It's up to you. So this is depends on what the testator write inside there. Okay. So number 7. This is a bit tricky question. Can we have 2 will at the same time? Can we have 2 will at the same time?
No. Unless you are different country. One will for Malaysia, one will for whatever other country you have asset in.
Exactly the right answer, Kitti. This is the answer I want. Yes, if you have asset in China, make sure that country you have your own one. Malaysia, you have. Okay, you can do it at the same time, but you don't make 2 copy of will of Malaysia will. You keep in your house 2 will, because the later one always will override the older one. So the old will just like rubbish, no use already. Okay, so important.
I still think the latest will always reward the old will or make the old one invalid.
Correct.
So you can have 10 copies of it, but only the latest one will be valid.
Okay, the last 3 questions, very simple one. Can I will something to my friend or someone that not in my family? Yes or no?
That was my question to you. I want to ask one. Why you ask me first?
Oh, you want to will something to me?
Huh?
So that's yes, you can always do that to me.
Yes, the answer is yes, correct. You right? Alright. Okay. So the number 9 question, very simple. If my parent passed away, I didn't write a will, who should I look for?
Who should I look for?
Cantonese, mamai.
Hey, blocking it. Who should I look for? Shinyap Kenko. Who should I look for?
Have a try, Mr. Siu.
If I ask me, because based on experience, my father did pass away without a will. Actually, I go for Amanah Raya.
Amanah Raya, what's that?
I ask the expert.
Okay, we ask the question.
Amanah Raya is a Malaysia local-based company that help person who doesn't have a will. So they will assist this family or the person who left behind to do execution. Okay, they can provide a free legal service. Depends. Sometimes they will charge, but it's not expensive. So, have you got any answer?
I think can go for lawyer, everything also. Just the cost will be higher.
So the right answer is you must find a lawyer lah. Okay, without will also you must find a lawyer to settle. With will, then you take your will, go and get grant. Probably without will, you go and apply letter of administration. That's simple. So you still need to find a lawyer. If you cannot afford a private lawyer, you find Amanah Raya. They are there to help you.
Okay, understand.
The last one, this is always my customer ask me, do I need to write my bank account into the will? Do I need to write my bank account details into the will?
But I think yes lah, cause got money inside there, right? If no money, no need to write lah. Got money, ma write lor.
One ringgit also money. So you technically have to write everything.
If we are willing it out, then we are lor.
So actually, the bank account, right, is an option. If you say I don't want to write, don't write lah. Because you know, bank account is very P&C information. If the person who prepare your will, he already know your name, your address, your IC, now even bank account, do you feel like unsecure? So normally we don't write bank account unless the person wanted to do is they want to prepare a trust, they have a lot of complexity, then bring the bank account together. Okay, so write a will, don't need.
Oh,
before we go, then I just want to understand. Okay. So then what happened to the money in the bank account?
you can just write my money in SSS Bank going to seal.
Yes, you can write it this way. The money in my HSBC bank account or the joint name account with my husband, I want to give it to my husband. You don't need to write the bank account to protect your privacy. Yes.
So who won? I
think
obviously your common sense is very good tonight. Let you win.
But I feel I kind of am like playing guessing game.
One final question before determining you win or not.
What?
What we do before we go back to the main room?
Okay, let's have a look at our second tips for today. Woohoo!
We're back.
Okay, I promised Shin to ask a question. I know just now we can have 2 executor. Her question more specifically is there any limits of executor? I think let's look at how many executor, because limits can be widely interpreted. And maybe the limit of their scope of execution.
Or the quality.
Okay, so is it executor is a person, is an individual, or is a company? Okay, means the person who execute the will. What is the limit? Your limit will be like number 3, 4, 5, like that, right? Okay, so normally inside the will, you can put, this is my primary executor. If he, by whatsoever reason, unable to execute, we go to the secondary alternative. Okay. If the alternatives also cannot play the role, we go to the third one. Okay, why we do so? Because some person, they like to put executor to their siblings. Maybe their sibling is elderly in the age. So if let's say this person already passed away before the testator, so you need another choice. If you only write one person, means this will doesn't have alternative already. So normally, how much the highest number they write? They could write 4. You want to write 5 is okay, but I think 4 is enough. Too many also you cannot remember who are them, right?
now I can give you a tip, Kitti.
What?
Even if I write you as my executor, right? You can always go to the court and reject that.
But if you're giving me money, I don't mind.
No, you have no before you see the will, you might not know, right?
Yeah, then you tell me earlier, ma, how much you giving me?
So executor actually no obligation to do that.
So then in this kind of case, right, along with Shin's question, in my mind is also thinking, if I look at executor, is there like, okay, maybe there's some legal limits of what they can do and cannot do with the money, right? What are those limits?
Okay, so inside the will, you can write executor can use the money to do what is the task of job that he can do. For example, during the transition period on this will to be fully transferred, right? Executor are allowed to use the money to pay for fire insurance. You can do so. Okay. Property got fire insurance. Okay, can pay for the maintenance fee, whatever. This is some minor thing that we always overlook, but you will assume that they're going to inherit the house, they will pay for you. But if you didn't write and the executor didn't know he has this right, so are you going to let this house park to the children at the time they have outstanding of 2-3 years of assessment didn't pay? So actually this is something that we have to jaga. For example, you see, if during the transfer period the house caught fire, suddenly this house become no value already. Who going to rebuild the house? So if you bought fire insurance as an executor and this power is given from the testator, then you secure this and you prevent this tragedy happen. Okay?
So basically we can write what they can use the money for and what they cannot use the money for.
You don't write you cannot use for. You don't restrict them so much, but you have to write down you can use this money for what. Okay, so that they only can use this money for what.
I tell you what. Then you write my name as your executor. You said your executor can actually invest the money and profit from the investment.
Well, yes. That's a very dangerous cross.
So you see, for example, Siu and Kitti, both of you, let's say you are from a reputable company, you are business director, another one is a shareholder. Okay, you can let this shareholder be your executor because both of you are eligible. His knowledge is about that. You can do the thing, and you allow him to manage your money because you trust him so much.
Yeah, managing on the normal business operations, business as usual.
So now I know.
You know?
You don't trust me, lor?
I know how to write down my limit only. No, you can do a lot of things, but you are inexperienced executor as well. I write down what is the boundary, what you can do, will be easier for you. I think come to that, I was thinking, I said that because I was thinking, how often you really can get a experienced executor unless it's a trusty company. If not, someone maybe just do it once in their lifetime or twice, maybe too much. So then Brenda has experience on that also. So listing down what you can do, what you should do, also giving them a boundary and a guideline, okay, what I should do over here. If not, they have to search for the core document on what I can do, what I cannot do. Right.
You know what? Wait. I have a very weird question, right? Can we actually appoint someone like you to be the executor?
Okay.
Ervin.
If you appoint
me, correct?
If you appoint me to be the executor, I think better you appoint my company because they have lawyer to do this role for you. And I also cannot sure when Kitti, when you are no longer here, whether I'm no longer here, whether I'm still here or not. You know, we are living human, right? So if you appoint a company, they have a group of lawyers. They can pick 2 lawyers to do the execution for you. But of course, you have to bear some fees because they help you to do this thing.
Okay.
So don't simply appoint someone, I think this is okay, this guy trustworthy. But when that time happened, maybe I'm different already.
Because you handsome, you liang chai, that's why I appoint you now. Okay. Let's look at other roles.
So we talk about executor, witness, testator, beneficiary. What is their duty? Sit down here and wait for the money?
Yes, exactly. Beneficiary don't need to do anything. When the time the document arrives, go and put your signature and then it park under your name. Make sure you provide your IC correctly and you can see the grant got your name there. This is what beneficiary receive.
That's why you call beneficiary. You just sitting down and wait for the estate. She's speechless.
Okay. Then let's put it this way, right? Can anyone be a beneficiary?
Okay. That's why I say you don't need to. The person will receive your present. You give this to who? Okay, I want to will this to who? It can be anyone. So anyone could be your beneficiary. Today, let's say I'm a single person. I'm age of 55. I don't have children. I'm single, and my parents are all no longer here. So I have properties. I have car. I have my business. Everything is making money. So can I give to you?
Can.
Yes, I can give to you. Because I have nobody. And Kitti suddenly come and buy some mooncake to me, and then accompany me to drink a few cup of tea. Okay, so I feel like Kitti, I got something already. They're going to ask me for something.
How about put it this way? If let's say, and actually condition, you are married, you have your children, you have your parents with you. So in that case, can you still will away your estate to Kitti?
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello, Brenda. Okay, so if you got someone there, okay, but you don't give it to them, you don't give it to your relative or your family members, but you give to a stranger, outsider. So in this scenario, right, this direct family, if they hire a lawyer they want to challenge us. They say, got a dispute. I find that this view is not correct. Impossible will be that way because I am the leftover family member. Why I don't have, but to this stranger. So this chance for this case to win is higher. Okay, because you don't write down the reason why I don't give to my children, even I know they are existing. You have to write down. It's my absolute. It is my decision not to give this to my children, and write down inside the will there. Then you make this legal. Okay. I really read this before. And then I find out, because they have some conflict between these family members, and so many years this is the decision of this family guy. I mean the father, the one to will this thing to two of the son, only give to the daughter because of certain reason. He write down very clearly. This makes sense. Nobody can challenge.
So then I must write, making sure that Siu and Kiat don't come and claim. Anyway, Brenda, a question.
Okay, let me read it for you. I have a question. Sure. If the appointed executor don't want to execute due to any reasons, what will happen to the will?
Okay, this is good, Brenda. Okay, so just now you did mention about how many executor, how many limit, right? Okay, correct. 4. So if the first one don't have reason but don't want to do, we go to second one, no? If only have one and this person don't want to do, you have no option unless you give the doctor letter telling that your condition is unable to execute. Okay, so the question asked here is if the appointed executor don't want to execute due to any reason. So if you have second choice of executor, problem resolved. If you don't have second choice, you have no choice. You have to go. You have to do it also.
So what is the beneficiary can do if the executor really missing? I mean.
Okay, so this will consider as the will without executor. Okay, in this term, if I'm not wrong, they got one term called will with annex. Okay, so this will is still valid, but they have to appoint another person to be executor by call up the whole family, all the beneficiaries, appoint one person to be, because the content is valid, but the executor don't want to play his duty. Okay,
so which means the beneficiary to sit down to agree on a new executor, and then the executor would execute on the will itself and take up.
Like we reappoint again. Okay, in this scenario, you don't need to revoke the will, but you just appoint a new person to play the role.
Now I know why in Asia people always say go become a doctor lah, the other one is lawyer. Very good money, no executor, no issue. I will help you solve the lawyer charge again.
You know what is the challenge to doctor right now?
What?
Actually, I think those trustee company will be a challenge to them. Because not likely a trustee company will be gone, so your executor will always be there. If you are willing to pay the fees.
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
This one is in the context of if people write their own will, right? That's the danger lah.
If I write my own will, I can write a trustee company in also. I think my beneficiary can take my will to the trustee company to do that. Right?
You see, you
Yes,
clever.
yes.
Yeah.
You clever. You thought of that. You see, I never thought of that also.
So that's why you make friends with me, no?
Which is
Correct.
true.
So someday we do it arrangement like this. I appoint my trustworthy person, my wife, my spouse. Second, I appoint my eldest brother, my siblings, because we stay together. He can help me. Third, I have no more choice because others are all still underage or whatever. So I appoint the third one is trustee company. So in this case, nobody want to do. Let the trustee company do. We pay extra fees because the person who passed away left some money there, right? Pay the fees to the trustee company. This also can. That's why planning the will, you always say DIY, right? Yeah. You never thought of this question, then you will overlook. And if the executor, the sole executor doesn't exist, so what could happen? It's very dangerous.
Bottom line, right? He said dangerous. Bottom line, appoint more than one.
And always end with someone will not be missing, like a corporate or whatever. No, just now when he talked about a minor, I mean the children underage, right? It brings me to another role in the will, which is not compulsory, but to me I think it's equally important that we both to talk about that. Guardian. Guardian is not compulsory to be listed there to have a valid will, but I think that is equally important. If you have a underage, a minor, or you have some kids that's unfit to taking care of themselves or unsound-minded, that would be important, right, Ervin?
Yeah.
So what would be the guardian doing in this case most of the time?
Okay, the guardian normally their role is husband and wife, or the father and mother both pass away in a common accident, we call this, happen at the same time. So guardian will take over the responsibility to look after the kids. Okay, So let's say the kid is below, normally we need a guardian to do any signature if they are below 18 years old, correct? No? So this is how the guardian works like. Someday, because they write this will, in fact the will also mention about guardian looking after the family, the children's, they also give some fees for the guardian. Let's say monthly 2,000 ringgit, like nanny fees. You can do so.
I need to back up a little bit to see Brenda's first earlier question, because I only get the second part or don't know how to execute. Okay, can an executor appoint another person to do it, or if they don't know how to execute?
Another person to do the paperwork if...
Okay. So I roughly understand what Brenda asking. So you see, if the will haven't go to, let's say the person who write a will is still here, still survive. Okay. Anytime you can change your executor. Executor is the most important. If you find out that I put my elder brother, suddenly I notice my elder brother have a bad habit, always like to join venture with people and always gonna tipu. Now I don't want to let my elder brother be the executor. I scared already.
There's changing the executor. I think Brenda may be talking about, let's say she put me as a executor, but let's say there's some reason I don't think I'm fit to do that. Can I dedicate, I guess, someone to execute on my behalf? I'm just overlooking on that.
Okay, this is also one of the case study that I learned before. If this person let's say appoint Mr. A to be executor, and executor, this individual also write his own will. Okay, I'm not sure whether this scenario is this executor is injured or unsound mind, whatever, that unable for him to do anything. Okay, if he also write a will and he pass away, they will follow this executor will. Okay, who is his executor? So this Mr. A executor will do 2% will as an execution part. But if let's say it's not about pass away, is physically not able to do this job, okay, can he appoint someone? Yes, he definitely can appoint someone because he has the right to do the selection of the right people. He also can appoint to whoever, because let's say now I migrate to UK already. I cannot come back to Malaysia. But I received this, I come back for one round only. Then because of the long hassle, okay, the journey, now I appoint the elder son because this elder son now is 30 years old, is capable enough. So you can appoint someone there. So I think I answered Brenda's question.
Okay, so maybe I just share a bit just to top up right? But I'm not an expert, okay? Just based on my personal experience, let's say my family one, I'm not gonna say which side when the will writing process occurred, there was actually conversation with relevant people, right? And the executor was also briefed exactly what are the things that he or she needed to do, right? And once the list was all briefed through already, the executor was asked, are you willing to do so? Right? And are you willing to fulfill this commitment? So if the executors say no, then we know the answer immediately, right? So executors say yes, then easy peasy. Now I understand also sometimes family dynamics may be a bit more complicated. I'm gonna say for me, I don't know if this is advisable. Ervin, you can let me know, right? In my mind is that because of my friends dynamic and family dynamics, right? I actually know that I would highly likely be appointing my best friend to be my executor, right? That is provided if she said yes. I think she would right? I would also personally be talking to her. I have like ABC friend, right? That likely ask them to execute. I don't think they would use my money for anything, right? Probably have more money than me. Who knows?
Okay. So what your logic thinking makes sense. Okay, you can do so because first, whatever belongs to you belongs to you. Okay, so you appoint your best friend to be the executor, or you appoint your best friend to be the children guardian. It's up to you. But you always know your friend better than others. So if let's say your friends suddenly in between, they change, the behavior change totally different, then you always go and change another executor. So now you put the executor is your friend. So you must very, very clearly let him or he or she know what is her duty. Then later you hutang a lot, then he become your burden, then he will blame you forever.
So here's the thing, right? Let's look at the indirect comparison, right? If it's my own will, I can write a new one or just change, and then whatever that I need to do to change my executor, easy peasy, correct? Yes. But if today I were to have like you and your company to write the will for me, how do I then change the executor? Is there additional charges?
Beneficiary.
How frequent can I change?
Okay, actually the process is same. Okay, doesn't have much different. If you appoint a company, okay, you want to rework this, you want to rewrite your will, you want to change executor, you want to change the content, we call it a rewrite a will. It's same regardless you're appointed a company or you're appointed an individual. The process is same, or you can say the charges also the same.
Charges the same, meaning if let's say I were to not rewrite, just change some detail of my wills, there will be some surcharge lah, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
correct,
but it wouldn't be that much until like it's crazy, correct?
Normally you don't have a lot of people they write will, they write it for once only. Unless you always dynamic one, suddenly got new idea, now I don't want to give here. Got some elderly people only they happen this. Overnight they have a dream.
Who knows, I put you as my executor, next thing you know, we are not friends anymore.
You just go and change the name. But the question I would have would be, let's say after I wrote a will, right? I mean, DIY to me is quite straightforward. I can always reprint, quite cheap. If I'm going for the professional service, right? Let's say after a few years, I dispose a house and I got a new one coming in. Do I really need to rewrite the whole thing with the full payment? Or I can just do some appendix attached to the old one?
Okay, so normally how you buy a house? Do you buy a house sole name individual yourself, or you always buy joint name with other party?
Normally.
Both also got.
Yeah.
Okay. Example, a lot of people, husband and wife joint income, they buy first house, second house, third house. Thereafter, they can pay higher deposit, they buy joint name. So always their arrangement is 100% give to my wife, 100% give to my spouse. Okay. So if your arrangement is like this, you don't need to every time change the will content. You just write this at this the last part over your will there. Okay, whatever that in future that I bring new properties, it will follow this content. I will give it to my wife.
Okay.
Yes.
Ask you.
There's a column like that.
I'm gonna apologize to your wife first. Next time, everything just give to me lah.
My son will challenge you.
I sayang your son咯，keren lah.
True. So I think the quite interesting. If it's 100% part will be, I think he's bringing up the section is on the residuary asset.
Residuary asset.
You're right. So whichever not in the will, how to distribute.
Okay. So just out of thought, we're running out of time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So now I'm clear on all these different roles, okay? I also understand different things. Now, here's the thing. One confusion that I have just suddenly pop up is this. What you brought up is, let's say my is ready, all this document that in any case that I pass away, then it goes to my husband, for example. But then in my will, it's written something else.
Okay.
Let's say to my children, because I've forgotten this long time ago, because I bought long time ago, then what happens?
Gone. They got nothing.
Okay, normally you will follow whatever inside the will, because there is the last document that you draft in a legal format, and this will serve the purpose to bring out the message when you're no longer here, correct? No? So you now, let's say you are no longer here already. The husband will assume that my wife will give the property to me. But inside the will is indicate your children. Let's say this scenario is over here. Then what can they do? If the children just past age of 18, they don't have the capability to pay the housing loan or all these things, right? So the husband will have them to pay until the age past 18 years old or this property. Actually, normally we do estate planning. Most important, first rule number one is make sure you let down the property without debts. It's not liability, it's asset. But a lot of us still have this not complete planning. They still owe a little bit of outstanding, right? So how this going to be happen? So the husband or piano have to help the children to pay the installment like the wife is still here. So anyhow, this is a very general. Not a lot of family happen the same thing. It's not any new to the Q&A. Don't worry.
I thought of something naughty.
What is that?
I purposely leave behind things that can be an asset provided is paid off. I will say, Sue will pay the remaining.
I don't lie, as long as it's not liabilities.
Yeah, you pay remaining already, but it goes to my children.
Oh, sorry, that won't work.
So I believe while we here, also a lot of us here are property investor. You have some asset before you pay off the loan. This is all mortgage, correct or not? So you serve mortgage, you have to get yourself MLTA. Okay, so whenever this property sold out already, you have a buffer, you have so many extra money, so you can buy property without buy your next MLTA already. So this is a planning purpose. So I just share a bit on life insurance, how they help on the estate planning. They are work together.
Okay, I think time is a bit limited. I think we have to let them. But I think I will add one thing before we let him go and ask how we can contact him. Actually, if you are cash rich or you have others investment for your property, let's say you own a lot of unit trust or share whatever, right? You can always write in your will, ask your executor to liquidate it and pay off the asset before you pass the asset to me. If the executor, please sell all my share and unit trust, pay off this out before send it over to Seal. Then it's work.
Why send over to Seal now?
I think time is running out, right? We better ask her. So if Bowies want to look for you to ask for more information, how they can contact you, Ervin?
Alright. So they can call me. Alright. Let me display this on my virtual background.
I think they will display over here.
Yes.
Yes. Coming out already.
Yes.
Okay. So that's my contact number. So guys, feel free to give me a call. Still go there a bit.
No, the number is here. The number is here.
Oh, yeah.
You see, it's running down here.
Okay.
Okay. Two spot for you to see. Here and there.
The young one can read here, a bit old like me, read here bigger.
Okay, so you can give me a call. Okay, so you always can ask any question, any queries. Okay, a lot of us ask, after that they don't take action because still a lot of questions you cannot answer. Okay, then until the moment that you feel like, oh, I think it's time already, then you can ask me, hey, come up, I want to do my view already. No worry. So I share an extra experience that I have. This is the real case during the pandemic, the lockdown period. Okay, so I got one. I do something like this, a Facebook live session with a property real estate agency. After that, one of the agent, their family member have one in ICU in Thailand. Okay, that is the first time I get to know this person, and in between they also ask about the importance of will writing because the brother are working in Thailand for a very long time already. So now they are in ICU. They ask me what I can do. Can I help my brother to write a will? Can I do anything for my brother because the condition is very critical? So this is one of the very painful experience. I know the solution, but that is not the right way to do it. I mean, I know this, I have no solution for them. I know what can we do before person pass away, but now it's in ICU coma already. What we can do? We cannot do. So always plan earlier before late lah. Okay, so like my quote over here, okay, start with the end in mind. You always start to think, I want to write a will, like when I'm no longer here, how it's going to distribute. Plan earlier than later lah.
True. Agree. Absolutely agree.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Ervin.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure chatting with you, learning from you. It's just amazing how so much things about something that sounds simple.
Very simple, a few rows only.
Sounds simple, has so much depth and value. So thank you so much, Ervin. And we heard you're coming back next session.
Yeah, I think so. I think we will cover the...
Put it this way, not you think so, confirm.
Okay. So thank you so much, Ervin. Then we will see you in the next show again. Thank you.
Yeah, see you next 2 weeks later. And now you go for the wow action of this week.
See you again.
Oh, our wow action is exactly matches Ervin's story.
Yes.
Leave a legacy, not a mess. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, for tonight, do notice among the rules, which one we taught the most?
Executor.
Yeah, from the beginning until the end, we were talking about the executor.
Yeah, because very simple. Beneficiary just need to write my name.
And you sit down there and wait for the money to come.
Yes.
Witness is even simple. You just sign, then you can walk away.
Yeah, but you don't get anything. You see, beneficiary, except I'm not handling your debts. It's okay.
Don't worry about that. When you are a witness for the will, right? You are not qualified for anything in the will itself.
Yeah, but I'm saying beneficiary, ma.
So I write you beneficiary and make you witness, so you will become invalid.
But
I think tonight I will say, most importantly among the thing will be pick your executor, the right one, the trustworthy one. I will see in this way, the power lie in the hand of executor is very, very huge and strong. Because typically, they get to choose, right? Even if, let's say, the liability is more than the cash, they get to choose which asset to dispose first and who to give first on the priority manner. So it's based on their judgment itself. You need someone who is able to execute and really take care of the children or the family. Especially you have those minor, right? Because in the process of the 1 to 2 years in the stage of having a will, right? How the children going to live their life for the next 2 years? You have the counting on your executor to release the money.
So here's the thing, right? Hearing from myself, oh my God, did my one side of my family put me as executor? I have to cross-check. All of a sudden, sounds like, oh my God, there's so much to do. Right, but I get it. Having a right executor, I would want that too, right? Because I want my asset to be distributed as per how I want it, instead of being misused or it gets what's that thing called? Frozen and all this kind of stuff. So I absolutely get it, but here's the thing, right? If you have someone in mind, especially people that you trust, but they may not know how to execute, prepare them, right? As we have discussed with Ervin just now, preparation is key, right? Picking the right person is key. Having the right skills and thinking and maturity is also important. I tell you what appoints you.
Oh, when you talk about frozen, you recall me one of the story I hear from my lecturer, instructor about 10, 15 years ago. You know, actually, Pen, right? Pen has employed someone to read the newspaper to see who passed away on the announcement. Daily, last time. I'm not sure how, now they're still doing that. Last time they do that. You know why? Because for their premium customer with a high asset in their pen, right? Once they see the newspaper announcement, they will freeze all the account.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Our producer rushing us already. Do you see? She say next show. Okay, stop talking next show. Okay, anyway, right? I understand. We understand. If there's anything else that you want to understand about, you can do. Join us in the next show. Better still call Ervin.
Yeah, no, you can always leave your question in our chat also. You can always contact. We can reply to you. You can just contact Ervin directly. And for the next show, I would say next show will be interesting. It's related to will, also not related to will. Right?
What do you
now
mean?
become very sane, right? Because we're going to talk about trust. So when, what, and why do you need a trust itself? Because trust is getting popular in the market recently. I will see that people like normally you see that without a will, you expect your estate to be released in 2 to 5 years. With a yield, something to 1 to 3 years. With a correct trust in place, you can get it done within months. So maybe you need a trust or not, or in which condition you need a trust, because things won't come in free, right? So what is the cost you have to take care, and in what situation we need to consider to set up a trust itself. Then we can squeeze our expert again.
Good. Next session is as stated down here.
1st of June, 8:30. Yeah, it's the first day of June. So to hit the button, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, right? Look for us.
So long never do.
Wisdom of Wealth.
So long never do, have to recall a bit. Okay, if you're on Facebook, like and follow our page. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification so that you will know every time we have a show coming up or when we post a new show.
Before we say goodbye, so what is our deadline?
It is never too early or too late to start. Exactly like will. As long as you're still alive.
Yeah, and the key is to begin it now.
Now.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.